An album a day is my exploration into the Korean music scene. This podcast will cover mainstream, indie, and some underground artists within the scene and provide both factual and opinionated commentary. The biggest benefit to sharing my thoughts this way is that it will hopefully expose you to more great music and exploration of your own.
You're tuned into an album a day. Show start.
You wait till I get this last sunflower seed out of my mouth. I am fresh off of listening to today's albums. I sound like Krusty the Clown. Oh, man. So on my list, on my wonderful hashtag A3Day log that I maintain for me to know, what artists I've listened to, which albums, and what the ranking is and everything. I open up the file, I look, and I say, oh, okay. So today I have an album called Sunshine or Summertime. Hold on, I'm refreshing it. Like literally, when I tell y'all I was in the middle of cracking sunflower seeds when I pressed play on this and had just hit the last track on the album, I'm dead serious. Okay, not Sunshine. That's later. Sunkiss. There's an album called 100% Cool Summer Album, Sunkiss, released in 2014. When I went on Top Media's website and I looked and I saw that it had multiple tracks, I'm like, bet, it's a mini album. No, it's not. What did I tell y'all in yesterday's episode when I said they the single kings? The first song is called Sunkiss. I'm like, oh, good. It's the title track. No, it's not. It's an intro. It is an introduction. And then there's something else, which was the single from that one. It's called You Beauty. And then I think it was like an instrumental or something. Like, they failed me. They failed me because I thought I had a whole comprehensive, yes, I'm still popping sunflower seeds. Let me stop, because that could be horrifying for someone, for anyone who hates hearing people eat or isn't into ASMR and whatnot. That's not what y'all came here for, so I'm not going to get that to you. But why did they do me like that? Why was I convinced that this was a full album, or at least one that had more than one song that I could at least talk about? So we just have to skip it. Like, we can't even acknowledge it the way that I thought we were going to. And then yesterday, I threw myself off by calling, let me put in the notes right now, not an album. Okay. So this is technically today, for real, episode 32. I said yesterday 32, and it was really 31, and I made a mistake. Okay, mistakes were made. Don't judge me. So bogus. So today is actually for real, the episode number 32, and we are looking at their 2016 release, Time Leap. Now, they have albums in Japan and things of that sort, and I'm precursoring today's review with that in mind. I have not gone into detail to look at when their Japanese albums were released. It appears to be 2013. No, I'm so wrong. 2017. They had a non-album single. And yeah, this particular one, Time Leap, sounds like they were practicing their sound for their Japanese introduction. Completely and utterly. I am very grateful for the support of my Megwalas, the most amazing fan base a little entertainer such as myself could ever have, and tolerating the strangeness of how I record these podcasts. So special shout out to my Patreon patrons, the student body and the scholars, who keep my vision of becoming your favorite Korean music historian, exploring all the industry from A to Z, a real thing. If you're interested in supporting the growth of this podcast and supporting content, please visit patreon.com/multifacetedACG. And for as little as $1 a month, you can help me relieve the pain quickly of getting through piss poor discographies and getting you the reviews that you need. Oh my goodness. K-pop. Wow, what is a K-pop? Help me, Jesus. Okay, K-pop fans On a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being essential listening and 1 not worth mentioning, the A3 Day rating on this album, Time Leap, is a 3.5. Here we are again with me not knowing what to give them, and this is why I don't know what to give them. There's like an attempt at growth on this album. It came out October 13, 2016, and it has 5 tracks. Better Day, Because of You, I Hate the Word Goodbye, A Day Like Today, My Heart Is Not True. This album drags. It moves at such a painfully long pace. And that's based upon the BPM, the beats per minute that they provided for these songs. Not only that, a lot of them have like very drawn out introductions as well as a solid conclusion of the music. And it all feels like it needs to be in the backtrack of an anime or Final Fantasy video game. Every single piece of it. All they would have to do is change the words from Korean into Japanese, and there would be a very, very, very easily convincible, oh, this started off as a Japanese artist, and now they just learned some Korean and translated it. Like, I understand that some groups will repackage their work and release it in Japan with the same melodies and everything and whatnot, but this felt like that's where it began. And it doesn't feel genuine. The artists don't really challenge themselves. Those ad-libs that I talked about previously, they continue to exist on this one. The intro for, I think it's Because of You. Like, I'm screaming. You beauty from that I lied to you and made you think I was an non-album Sunkiss. That's actually a pretty catchy song, but I feel like somebody needs to be like running through a field and then pausing while the animated camera pans around them 3 times or something. On this one, on Time Leap, I sort of kind of liked Because of You a little bit, but it also feels like it's a moment where, like, you know, the character is reflecting on the hardships of him and his friends and whatnot, and has decided that he has the energy to endure another round of battle. It's not good. It's not a good album. It's not a good album. This is 2016. There's no reason for it to sound as dated as it does. It's just like, hey, we got our hands on some subpar ass beats. You want to go ahead and give those a go? Sure, why not? We don't really care about this group. I've heard nothing that sounds like it's going to improve upon how they sound yet. And we are 1, 2, 3 albums in, as well as 4, 5 little lies that had me thinking. Now, granted, if you look on Wikipedia, it does say single, but you have to be clear to ensure that these aren't non-album singles or singles released from a particular album. And the way that it's set up, like, it's just, I'm just, God, it was just, like, this album sucks. It's just a 3.5, just a 3.5. Like, and then during this time, on September 12th, 2016, the label Top Media, they officially announced that Changbom had left the group. Like, he had done all he was gonna do. He had moved on with his life. So at this point in time, the group would continue as a 5, and they were having their comeback the very next month. So, like, you've been planning and whatnot, and your member is announced as leaving weeks before you come back. Then you release your 3rd EP, Time Leap. And that happened on October 13th. And then not too long after that, you made your Japanese debut. In fact, they made it in January of 2017. So, like, the sound makes sense for what was coming. But we not reviewing Japanese albums. So, like, don't give us that. Like, you I want them to be great. I don't want to feel bad and be like, wow, we went through a total discography and, like, I'm just not impressed. It's just so stock sounding. There's nothing unique to it. And that's a hilarious thing to hear someone say as they critique Korean pop music, because there's going to be a long line of things that are not unique. but they're not challenging themselves in harmonies. They're not challenging themselves in vocal placement. They're not challenging themselves individually as singers whatsoever. This really feels like a concept group that was put together that has seen far more longevity than they imagined. And they have sales. I mean, the album peaked at number 4 on the Korean charts. And at the time of this recording, it sold over 14,000 units. But like, please blow my socks off for the next album, please, because this is depressing. And I have to put some songs on the A3 Day highlights playlist, and I don't even want them on there. I got to put something, though. So we've got a couple more albums to go. I'm not going to confuse myself anymore with all the other things that I thought were albums. I have on my list totally different stuff from what's on this list, and I'm just going to strictly go off of Wikipedia from this point on. Even though I went to Top Media's website, the lies. So we have 3 extended play albums left. There are other things that were done, such as Summer Night, but I'm inclined to believe that that's a lie. It's a lie. I'm probably going to be lied to. So we're just going to delete it. We're just going to get rid of it and go on with our life and plan to talk about Sketchbook next, followed by Sunshine, and then Retro plus Final Thoughts. I don't, my feelings are hurt because, like, I thought there would be so much more to talk about concerning them. Yeah, I don't foresee them needing a separate Final Thoughts episode. So yeah, there we have it. 1, 2, 3. 3 more episodes to go. And then we move over to 14U. So yeah, we're going back in numbers. I made mistakes, but we're going to get it right. Bye, y'all.